How's it going? I'm Stephen Arp. Today I'm going to share with you a project portfolio management system I created using SmartSheet. This is based off of a healthcare facility project, system-wide, and I took what I learned by creating this system and I recreated it here for you just to show you kind of what I did and what you could do using SmartSheet, and hopefully it'll help you. There's three major things that we do that we manage right in a project. That's our scope, which is what we're doing, which is schedule, when it's going to be done, how long it's going to take, and a budget, right? And then portfolio management adds in other things like cash flow tracking, resource planning, and high level reporting. One of the main reasons I switched to SmartSheet instead of Microsoft Excel and Microsoft Project is the ability to link my scope, my schedule, and my budget together. That way it's visible and I can track it all in one program. And let me show you what that looks like. I've got my scope here to the left. I've got my total budget, which includes my next 3 years. And then I also have my schedule, and then I've got my cash flow over here to the right. If you add in the Gantt chart view, when I cash flow, I like to pull up the Gantt chart view to make sure my project schedule is going to line up with the cash flow. So I'm going to finish. Looks like I'm going to be billing $15,000 for the March and April, and then so that lines up with my drawing set. Right, they're going to be doing half of the work here in February, which they're going to bill probably in March, and then the other half in March, which they'll bill in April. So that lines up, and so I can see this Gantt chart view is a really great feature. And really be able to track things in a module way. And then I can go back if I need more screen real estate to my grid. Okay? And I can really adjust these columns and rows and the parent-child relationship to what's needed and what's best for the project. Okay, so you've seen how you can manage one project in SmartSheet, but let's look at that at a portfolio level where we really link these projects together and are able to make a data-driven project portfolio management system. So I'm going to exit this. I'm going to open my workspace here, and you can see that I've got my east, my metro, my north, my south projects, and these represent different campuses. So you can have as many as you want. I managed up to 14, and they were all in their own separate spreadsheet. And those linked to what you would call a summary sheet. Man, so many different takes. This is difficult. We take this data that we see here, and we're able to create different reports with it, such as this cash flow report here that I can create, and I can summarize however I want. I can sort and filter, do all kinds of reporting, very customizable. So SmartSheet allows us to create a really awesome dashboard as well. So I take all of that data that is from those individual sheets and individual lines, and it all adds up and automatically adjusts. And I can create a wonderful presentation for your executive team, your executive leadership, to really show your portfolio and how you're managing it. So if I looked at this data as it is, let's just say I've treated this project as I took all my projects that were out there unorganized, and I threw them into this system. And okay, what does this data tell me? Let's say my total budget for this system-wide project is $25 million. Okay, well that tells me, oh wow, I am $3.5 million, basically $4 million over. Let's see, if you include the contingency, right? You want to keep some contingency in there. Let's say at $4 million in 26, and then basically let's say another $4 million in 27. at this point, right? Because you're going to have budget fluctuations, within a year, and these are just estimates at this point, right? So, but my 28 is, only planning to spend 16 million. So, what I would do in this scenario is I would look for the full 8 million from 27 to move over to 28. Now, you want to base those, individual components, individual pieces of projects, or individual projects by priority. Recommend really trying to prioritize your projects and come up with a data-driven project priority system, which our EAM team that I worked with was amazing at, and they helped prioritize all of that stuff. So I would take 8 million from 27, push it to 28, and then 4 million from 26 and push it to 27, right? And then you can show your cash flow and how that would all lay out. So then you would be a lot more balanced, right? That would basically put you at 24, 24, 24. Going down, it can show my monthly cash flow for the next 3 years, which is really great. Also, when you track this monthly, you can see, before and after, and if I'm hitting my target, right? So you could have a line, you could make this a line graph. You could say, okay, what's my total cash flow monthly plan versus my actual spend? So that's the type of data that you can get to with a portfolio management system. I want to learn from you. So let me know what you thought of this, what you would change, what you would improve. How do you manage projects? So thank you for your time. I look forward to this relationship. So please like and subscribe. Exciting stuff, spreadsheets and Gantt charts stuff for project managers.